Hi there everybody, it's Ellie here again and welcome back to my channel. Today we're starting a series that I've been wanting to do for a while where I'm essentially going to be rebuilding all the lots in The Sims 4 for all the worlds that I have, as there's a couple of packs I don't have. And today we're going to start with the Streamlet single from Willow Creek. So the Streamlet single on the gallery for the original build is described as a house that's for a single or a couple of Sims. So I did want to keep it small, I wanted to keep it basic, and in the end this build does come up to only 15,500 simoleons, so it can be a starter home. You can download it from the gallery, and as always with these types of builds I'm going to be using only the base game and the pack that comes with the world if it's an expansion pack, so like High School Years with Copperdale and things like that. So this is a purely base game build. If you don't have any of the packs, then you can download it from the gallery, and I'll put a copy of my gallery ID in the description so you can copy paste it over there if you want to. Now the roof did give me a little bit of trouble, as always whenever I'm doing a build. I wanted to essentially make a build that has an interesting shape, or at least just not a square shape. And I thought of doing the half-hipped roof initially, but I just didn't like how it looked at the back. So eventually I got rid of that, you'll see that in a second, and I just went for another gabled roof, and I ended up putting it all the way through, so almost like I wouldn't say a dormer, but something similar to, and I just thought that looked a bit nicer than trying to do the half hip and only having half the roof overhang at the back of the house. I did try and want to go for a different colour than what usually goes in, but I thought at the end of the day it was just a bit too extra. It didn't really go with the brown accent that I was looking for with the windows and doors, so we went for the regular roof going forward. Now, one thing that does annoy me a tiny little bit is just how the crown moulding doesn't usually join with many of the tiles or things like that. There aren't a lot of tiles with crown moulding, and just in general the wallpapers, they don't always match up, which is a bit of a shame. So I did try and look for something else for the kitchen, but at the end of the day it just it wasn't working, so I decided to just bite the bullet and do the hard cut with the tile backsplash and the crown moulding on there. So for the rooms, to keep it a starter home budget house, I did go for the cheap counters and cheap fridge. I didn't skimp on the cheapest oven though, as I know that's you don't really want to start a fire first night in the house. It might be a bit upsetting for your sim there. So I did try and go for some above cheap options for the appliances. Oh, I forgot to put in the doors there. And you'll see similar with the bathroom. I don't always like going for the cheapest option, but I know that I've got to restrict myself to be able to fit it within the budget of a starter house there. And again, I'm making the bedroom very simple, just to keep within the budget. I've really recently started liking having darker wallpapers in the bedroom. It's something my sister did with her house, and I just thought it was very cute, so I wanted to bring that vibe into this starter home as well. And onto the living room. I was a bit confused about where I'd place things on this one, but eventually I settled with coffee table against the wall. I was going to do a TV, but again, I didn't want to bring that price up too much, so I settled on a radio and later on popped a bookshelf in there as well. And now for the outside of the house. I usually have a bit of trouble with garden decorations and landscaping, just because I don't want to fill up the space too much, but I also don't want to leave it bare either. I was semi-considering putting a pool in, but again, budget constraints didn't allow that to happen. So instead I just popped in a couple of planters at the back and front, a little bench, and also a wall ornament, just to sort of bring it all together and give a little pizzazz for the front there. And there we have the final build, coming in at just over 15,500 simoleons, 17,000 if you include the lot price. So yeah, it's up on the gallery as Streamlit Single Refurb. I'll pop my gallery ID in the description if you guys do want to download it. And just thank you very much for your time today. If you could like and subscribe, that would mean the world to me, but otherwise I hope you have a wonderful day.